Hey, everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing well. You don't normally say with the background behind me, I'm going to be talking with Eric at Sage News, but I am in a hotel in an undisclosed location, Las Vegas. And I want to bring him on because we have some very serious news. And these are the news stories that we bring you because we can tell what the future is going to be when we start to see these warning signs in the media. And this has to do with grain, feeding animals and human beings. So Eric, sorry for that long intro. What do we have going on?
Yeah, one of the things, and I'm just going to grab screen real quick. One of the things that I pulled was an article out of Freight Waves, and is grain shippers want regulators to press railroads on service issues. And this one came out yesterday, basically. And what's going on in the article is the rail service is so far behind in regards to being able to move grain and get rail cars empty quick enough that it's actually making it where farmers can't feed the animals and they can't buy more wheat and they can't move this grain because there's really no place to put this grain. And I'm going to, this is out of Freight Waves here. You can read the article. And in the article is basically this letter that they've submitted to the Honorable Martin Obelman, chairman of the Surface Transportation Board. And some of the stuff that's in here is, it kind of says right here, it says, for example, at rail origins, the National Grain Feed Association members are unable to purchase grain from farmers because they are full awaiting loaded trains to be moved out of the rail yard. Conversely, at rail destinations, the NGFA members have run out of grain and have been forced to shut down flour mills and feed mills and cut off sales to customers while awaiting grain deliveries. At some instances, it has left the NGFA members unable to deliver feed to livestock producers that may not have alternative feed sources. In an effort to continue service to customers during the rail disruption, NFG members have done as much as possible to keep animal feed, but the ability to stretch resources is exhausted and growing tremendous with additional day and services.
Okay, so let me jump in. This is a very serious situation. It's one thing we literally are about to witness, possibly, and we're going to stay on top of this news story, everyone. Something worse than what you saw with the shipping issues out of the port of Los Angeles when all the ships, and they still are, having this massive backlog. The difference is that's just crap coming from China that's going to go,
Right.
to you from Amazon. This is feed and grain. This is literally the difference of feeding humans and livestock. And it ultimately comes down to feeding humans. Now, where this is a very serious situation is that if these trains are unable to offload, and there is just a certain amount of time that ranchers are not able to get their cattle feed, then cattle have to die. That is just how it is. We've seen that throughout history. If they have just a certain amount of time without feed, if we have a shortage because of a shipping issue, those cattle are going to have to be killed early. Not only does it create massive economic loss for the ranchers, but we are literally talking about, and I've been warning about this, I believe there's a famine coming this year. And Eric, I'm sure you see it too in the comment section. There's first off, 99% of the comments are great American human beings from all over the world that are thinking ahead of time. But there's those 1%ers that are just complete tools that just, you're just trying to spread FUD. But Eric, this is real stuff, right? I mean, we're literally seeing a backup in the food chain, the supply chain for food right now.
Correct. And where they're going to see it is the price of food first. I mean, the next paragraph basically says that the NGFA members have spent an additional $3 million on secondary freight in the last month to try to keep animals fed, and additional freight they should not have to purchase at this reduced availability of freight. So basically what they're saying is you're going to start to see that when you go to buy wheat products, when you go to buy bread, when you go to buy things, because there's a protocol that happens. And the same protocol with propane. When it comes to propane, farming needs for propane for farming and stuff like that is first, and then a person is second. You know what I mean? Or third, depending on where that goes, because they need to keep the food first rather than the heat on. Well, that same protocol is going to start to take effect where, eventually your bread prices are going to be going up, and things that are made out of wheat and grain and stuff like that are going to be going up. And that's where we're going to see it first, where we're going to feel it.
So I've been talking about a loaf of bread costing $20 for about 3 to 5 years to everyone I know. I said, when this next cycle tops, I believe in America, and I believe in other countries it'll be worse because of the value of their currency. We're going to see a $20 loaf of bread. Now, it's one thing to say we've got expensive food. It's another thing to say that right now, everybody, Eric just brought this information to you before it's in the press. And you've seen multiple times with the way me and Eric cover the news and the supply chain issues, we're covering it way before, like the death situation we were covering in December with shortages. Now it's been completely exacerbated due to the Russian conflict, right? I paid $25 for one box of DEF. I get it. Delete my DEF. Well, I don't have that ability where I live, you know, and so a lot of truckers do not have that ability as well. So I want people to understand how serious of a situation this is. I hope it gets relieved. But when you add this plus the bird flu that's going on in this country and around the world, the point is you guys got to go stock up. I mean, Eric, are you talking to people on the street? Are they actually thinking like, hey, I should go get some extra food right now before it gets into a panic situation?
We've been mentioning this to a lot of people when I do my shows, because and a big thing too is my wife does is, remember, this is also that stuff that goes in dog food, pet foods,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
And this has been, my wife has actually brought this to me saying, I can't find our pet foods. So we've been, as we've seen them, we've been stocking up on pet food. So that's another thing that people need to think about is your pet food has a lot of grains and stuff in them.
It also has chicken too. And
yes.
One time I was at the store buying an extra supply of dog food because not only has the price exploded, I mean, our dog food price is up 50% at Walmart, right? Up 50% since December. But I saw a gentleman up there with like a cart loaded. He turns around, he goes, Ninja, I'm doing this because of you. And it's funny, it's those simple things right now, because you guys are part of NinjaNation. All you have to do is go down to the store when there's not a panic and buy a little extra.
Right.
And then let all the craziness, that's going to be gnarly, I believe, by the end of summer. And so I want to thank Eric for bringing this to my attention, and thank you guys for watching. And guys, remember to go check out Eric if you haven't seen it at Sage News. He is another channel that I've been trying to help out, but really Eric has been helping me out. So I want to thank you, Eric, for everything you've been doing.
Absolutely, no problem. And hey, my next number, I just broke 13. I'm looking for 15. So hook me up like a tow truck, guys. Click the sub.
Yeah, that's right. We're gonna get something going with Toe Piglet too. So I'm excited about that.
Yes,
all right, guys.
Cool.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much, Eric, for coming on. Everybody, I really appreciate you watching. With that being said, the Economic Ninja is out.